Let's do what we usually do. How have you been?
I'm doing well. How have you been?
I'm, rocking.
Well, all right.
All right. So, here's Tracy, everybody. It's her company, Hilltower, and she has a couple other relationships, and her reputation precedes her. So, Tracy, let's take a trip around the board. You have
I
a
can't see your charts. Are
oh,
you
okay. Maybe I didn't share them. Let's see. Yeah, that's a tough chart to read. The one that's up there. It's too opaque. Here you go.
There you go. All right.
Where's your head at on the dollar? Has the dollar spoken and we're a bear trend is emerging here, inflationista?
I think we need to break below that like 101025 area. It's kind of wicky there, so um I think you're gonna need to see a kind of a break below that.
I wanted to
Obviously, I
ask
think
you.
the markets are kind of anticipating a rate cut, right? Because I think, we've got what, a 90% chance of 50 basis points in September, which I don't think is going to happen. But so I think markets are kind of anticipating that, or the dollar is anyway. That's
Okay.
why we're seeing some weakness.
Well, do you think people might be trying to front run what would be policy uh, through Trump presidency? They talk about wanting a lower dollar so they could spur exports.
I I
Nah.
don't think so because Yellen's pretty in control of the dollar too. If she wanted, she uh could make that go higher,
Okay.
essentially, if she
Okay.
wanted to. But I mean, we've kind of really been consolidating here for a
Yeah.
while, which is fine. Not having huge moves in the dollar is good for every market, particularly emerging markets. So,
Yeah. But it's kind of put people to sleep because everyone's saying the same thing. I just think that last week's action was pretty conclusive. It's just a grinding thing. I think we're headed for par, and that'll be the real test. So we'll see. Time will tell, as always. You have any comment on how much stronger gold is than silver, as expressed through the gold silver ratio? And I know a lot of people longer term think this ratio could trade back towards 40 would be kind of a median, but aren't most bull markets led by the white stuff? And maybe this is more of a monetary play than an inflation play, and that's why they're going to gold.
yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of been detached really from inflation for quite a while. It's kind of been decoupled. So I think it has a lot to do with geopolitical fears, has a lot to do with we have a lot of central banks buying, of course. I
Yes.
think, that's, having to do with the Russian invasion of Ukraine and when we seized Russian assets. Um, so, and I think that really for that breakout over like 2000, we were still seeing outflows in GLD. So, it really just over the last few weeks or so, we're actually seeing inflows into GLD.
Yes.
So I think
I
we're kind
heard
of
about
seeing,
that.
yeah, so I think we're kind of seeing sort of a lag in retail, which is kind of helping propel this higher too, because they're just suddenly jumping on this trade.
Okay. Silver also got down almost to the breakout test before this bounce. Um, I want to talk to you about energy and here's some fundamentals from you, Tracy. So let me just show you what I'm looking at technically and give me a fundamental narrative to support my technical case. Is that a deal?
That I can try. Yes.
Okay. All right. So this looks like a triangle to me. We shook out a lot of people. Monday's low is important across the board.
Yep.
Everything that's holding Monday's low. It looks like we could try a breakout here over 84. And this
Uh,
formation's $30.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it looks very bullish. What we're seeing again, I mean, we've seen oil prices rise almost $8 off of
Yeah,
that low that we saw.
a week
And
ago.
yeah, and really, we haven't seen CTAs jump on this trade yet. And so, I
Okay.
mean, they're just starting to now, but that can always add to, if the CTA Momo traders really start jumping on this, this could propel it much higher than, possibly it could be. Obviously, there's geopolitical fears. I personally don't think Iran is going to do anything to cause World War III. I think cooler heads will prevail. But that certainly is a risk that people are talking about, and also talking about, people are also mentioning, you know, um, closing the Strait of Hormuz, which again, I don't think
Yeah.
will happen, but it's all over the news. So I think people, there's fears that would happen as well, which would definitely impact the energy markets.
Well, this is a $30 formation. So closing over 80, looks like 83 or so, would be a breakout. And just technically, you tack on the width of the formation to the breakout, and you get like 113, 114. Is
That would,
am I too aggressive here? And
uh,
does this sound like it could be a geo risk too?
well, I think you would definitely have to see some major geopolitical risk for that
I
to
mean,
happen.
even if they don't close the
Fundamentally.
strait, so if there's a kinetic thing happening, the
Well, yeah,
fear it will almost like be like closing it because it's a war zone now, whether
well,
it's being blocked or not,
right.
right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely fears. Again, I'm hoping that cooler heads will prevail, because, that would just kick off a real disaster in the Middle East.
Yeah, disaster everywhere. I don't know who's driving us there. Everyone says they don't want this war, but just read that we're sending a sub. We're sending more yesterday. So, let me ask you, anything else in commodities that has your attention
I
this
think,
week?
uh, copper's in an interesting place. We take a look at copper, we've
That's
had that
weekly.
major pullback. So I'm looking to see if we can hold, this
Yeah,
$4 area.
yeah.
Because that's going to be kind of your make or break. That's kind of a big level. So keep your
Okay,
eye on that area for certain.
okay. Nat gas, very nice picture
Nat
there.
gas.
Come
Oh, poor
on.
nat gas. Um,
One more low, one more low. Here's one, here's two, and we're going to have a three drive to a bottom formation set up here.
so yeah, I mean,
You
I
can't
think
be short, can you?
I I'm agnostic here. I mean,
Okay.
I'd have to see a breakout for me to get bullish over $3, like a breakout and a pullback, and then I would probably get long there. Right here, I don't want to be short. I don't want to be long.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to hear your confession since you went agnostic on me. We'll step into my Zoom room, Trace. All right.
All right.
Copper, okay. And anything else? I know that you like fertilizer stocks as
Oh
kind of an
no,
ag play. They
that
got
was that
killed.
that play is over. Well
Okay.
over. We're gonna have to see.
What's your
You're gonna have to
newest
see
trade?
nat gas prices much higher for fertilizer to do
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Grains, you're still holding corn calls?
I've got corn. I rolled, yeah, out to December. So we got corn calls. So we'll see how that trade works out. This chart looks like death. I know,
A
but
weaker dollar I think would help the grains.
yeah, yeah,
And
absolutely.
and that, that's what I mean. If we really, yeah, that this is a pretty, I wouldn't be short this for sure. I mean, it looks like you have some type of falling wedge. And look at these lows here, Trace. And
Yeah.
then
I mean, I like it.
and
And
then
I mean, the
and then look
farmers
at
need it too.
this. This is what's really attractive is it's been diverging since the end
Right.
of June. Okay, we're making higher lows on the RSI.
Exactly.
So that's a pretty good picture. That's worth a shot. Because, anyway, let's see how wheat looks. Some of these are so overdue. Beans are really cheap. Look at this. Beans
I
under 10
know.
bucks.
Oof.
Yeah. Huh? Let's hear that woof one more time.
That
For
chart.
everyone. So, yeah, are you doing anything? You have a view on risk at all? I know, um, you're mainly a commodity person, but I know you keep an eye on the market. Let me ask you this, Tracy. You've been around markets for a while. What were you thinking that day that you saw the VIX go to 60?
Well, that was crazy. I mean, obviously that was crazy. But, a lot of that had to do, whether you want to blame it on, weak US data, or you want to blame it on the yen carry trade, or whatever you want to blame it on. It all boils down to it was a giant deleveraging event across every asset class. And so, yeah, that was kind of amazing. That
Yeah,
spike to
I mean, that
almost
was really, um,
65, right? That
you had
was
everyone on one side of the boat. People have been making a lot of money selling vol,
right.
for
And
quite some
that's what
time now.
happens when you get
Yeah. The
when you
steamroller
get
came.
squeezed out of the market.
Yeah, but I don't know if they did because they brought it back down. I don't think they were making trades and a lot of stuff. I'd look into it as far as market functionality. It did not function. Do
Yeah, a
you
lot
think
of
that when you see like aberrational behavior like that, because certainly a 10% pullback in Nasdaq did not justify a 60 reading.
65 and VIX,
Yeah,
right?
right. So
I
are
mean,
there
it
some
could be, that
structural things happening here that
uh,
came to the surface in that measurement?
absolutely. But that's not the first time that we've seen issues with the
Yeah,
VIX. So,
yeah.
um,
Not the
right,
first, probably not the last. And
exactly.
uh, so, where do you want people to reach out to you, Trace? If you
So,
and
of
I
course,
seem to be able to wrap things up pretty quickly. I think we covered.
I'm good.
We
I'm
cut.
fast like that.
I am
Oh, I
too.
like platinum. Let's take a look at platinum.
Oh, okay, good. Because it's underperformed for a long time.
I
Okay,
know. It's
there's your
been,
daily.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've had some nice moves that we've been able to catch. I still like, buying if you can buy in the low 900s, and for, a move over 1,000. That's been a pretty solid trade over and
Yeah.
over again.
It's really been ranging. Okay, so you're range trading this.
Yes, absolutely.
One day it should break out. Do you
One day,
remember? You're probably
I
too
mean,
young.
the fundamentals are there, right? The fundamentals
Yeah,
are there as far as, supply demand is concerned. It's just, it's
it's
not a lot
just
of,
consolidating.
yep,
Now I had to go back. Ryan's been making the point for traders that are trying to trade within a certain time window every day and work. But if you like use a telescope and then you see something like this, you should be favoring long side trades
right.
in platinum because of this move. And all it's done is correct mostly in time rather than
Yep. I mean,
price.
it's been a
Yeah,
pretty solid trade. Eventually it's going to, well, get a breakout, but in the meantime, play the range. It's
yeah.
been a nice trade.
Do you remember? Were you around when it used to trade at $1,000 premium over gold?
Yes.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it?
amazing, isn't it?
I know.
Those catalytic converters, I guess they're important.
They are. Well, and
Yeah.
you also have even if, platinum's important to the ESG market, green energy
Okay.
market, but also, there's a lot of stories that EV sales are slowing, et cetera,
Right.
et cetera. That's
Yeah.
even better for platinum.
Yeah.
So, and palladium. So,
we don't talk politics here, but I'm just thinking, when it comes to natural resources, that any party that, either party, if they reduce regulation, made it easier to um, drill holes in the ground here in the U.S., is going to, help the country. If they remain restrictive, the mines and the wells and all the natural resource capacity that we have now becomes rarer.
Absolutely.
You know what I
So, I
mean?
mean,
So,
I think as far as the mining industry is concerned, really we need to streamline permitting.
yeah,
Um,
you can't
and
open a uranium mine here.
you can't do any, I mean, permitting takes 10 years,
Yeah.
and that's before you even can drill a hole in the
Oh,
ground.
yeah.
So,
They need to
if we,
streamline things.
if we want to reduce our alliance or our reliance on China for most of these important metals called at-risk metals, then we're going to have to cut through some of this bureaucratic tape and make things easier.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, that's something that people, just have to think about it. Are we going to be able to go after our natural resources or not in a time when the scarcity is starting to develop?
Exactly.
Great talk, Trace, like usual.
Well, thank you.
Where do you want people to go to your to
Yeah,
this
so
website?
yep, you can go to that website. We have institutional and retail research there. I'm also on Twitter. And then I also have just a commodities portfolio with that I do with Andy Constant at Damp Spring. So it's
That's right.
Shy Girl at Damp
Damp
Spring.
Springs. Yeah.
And that's where we have our kind of alpha and beta portfolio building for the commodities.
Okay. So you enjoy working with that team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. All right. Well, say hi to them from all of us here.
Absolutely.
And Tracy, have a great summer, my trading warrior sister.
All right. I will
And
see you next time.
yeah,
Thanks,
I'll
everybody.
talk to you in November
Perfect.
around Looney Tune time.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah,
Love it.
I'll give you time to vote if we can still do it.
Right.
All right. So anyway,
All right.
all right,
Thanks,
Tracy.
guys.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great rest of
much.
your day, everyone.
All right, Tracy Shuchart, everyone find her on X at Shy Girl. That's Shy GRL. Here's
Yep.
Hilltower. She's also working with Damp Springs. So if you want to take a look at what they're doing over there, and Tracy helping manage the commodity side of their fund, um, that tells you right there that they're using Tracy's knowledge and timing and all of it to build a commodity portfolio. That's her wheelhouse, and she's very good
Woohoo.
at it. So that's a wrap. Um, you should, at the minimum, follow Tracy. Keep her as part of your intelligence gathering as energy markets heat up. She'll keep you balanced. Okay, you won't be able to get crazy one way or the other. And right, so
Absolutely.
sometimes it takes an experienced hand to be able to guide people through volatile markets. Tracy would be one of those. So that's a wrap for me, and good turnaround Tuesday, everyone. Good hunting the rest of the day. Like I said, wait for your levels. I know it's hard to wait, but those are your quality trades. The other ones are, you may as well be, at a slot machine or something. And most of all, remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Adios. See everyone tomorrow. Thanks again, Trace.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, you guys. Glad you enjoyed Norbert, Alexis, all you guys out there. Barry. So people are thanking you, Tracy. You have a lot of fans. That's a wrap, everyone.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.